Welcome to the Oddity Shop, where the bizarre is always on sale.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Oddity Shop. I am Zach. I'm sitting here with the one, the only, Kara. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Actually, before we talk about how you're doing, this is the podcast where we talk about weird, creepy, odd, paranormal, ghosty, demony, cryptidy stories from around the world. Okay.
Or whatever the hell else we feel like talking about.
Or whatever the hell else we feel like talking about. Now.
I'm good. How are you?
I am. It's been a whirlwind day today, like literally since I woke up this morning till I sat down to record with you. I haven't stopped, so I'm ready to go, and then I'm ready to go to bed. But I will say, this is my favorite part of the day. Oh, no reciprocation. Okay. You know what? I take it back, actually.
Well, good thing we don't do this every day, though. So it's your favorite part of the week.
True.
Because if we did this every day, it would not
Well, let's be honest. If we recount the rest of my week, I've taken my car to the shop, I've been to the dentist, and I've worked. So, like, by default, this is kind of the highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like the default high of my week.
I'll take it, honestly. I will take that.
All right. What's going on in your world?
Well, because we're always in the past. It's almost Halloween. I'm going to a party this weekend. I'm really excited. My costume's almost done. I got contacts for it, and they're creepy.
Is it coming together? Because last time we talked, you were having a little...
Yeah. No, here's the thing. In my head, I knew what I wanted. I'm not going to lie. I executed 4 separate times, and they failed. But I was determined, and I'm almost done with it, and I'm actually really happy with it. So I think we're good.
Good. I can't wait to see pictures where I can point out every flaw. No, I'm kidding. I would never do that.
Fuck you. I'm not really too happy about some of the outfit itself, but everything that I'm making, I'm happy with, if that makes sense. I also realized that there was chicken in the fridge today that I had thawed out and I meant to cook. And then I didn't. And so you know how it gets fucking slimy and seeps through?
Yeah.
So I threw it in the garbage and I was like, I'm going to take the garbage out. So then I was doing some other stuff and it seeped through the damn garbage bag. It's like, how? And then it was in the bottom of the garbage can and I didn't realize. So I picked it up because Aaron is in the garage and then it slurped chicken nasty all over the floor into...
So like making my stomach turn. What?
Yeah, it was gross. So then there's that.
Okay.
And that's that.
So this is also the highlight of your week by default.
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, okay. So Julia this whole weekend, or last week, was talking about this weekend that we needed to go to this library sale where they sell books for 50 cents or you can fill a paper bag.
Oh, that's sweet.
She's like, we have to get there right when they open. That's when all the good stuff is. We pulled up to the library. The line outside the library doors was like 200 people deep. So we decided to go eat lunch or brunch and come back. We came back and it was so picked over. Like, it was insane. But they give you like a paper bag, you know, like from Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
And you can fill that for $5. So
that's really cool.
I saw this book. I had to get it, but I didn't. I'm disappointed. It was called Diablo, My Dream Horse.
What the fuck? I love how you said I had to get it, but I didn't.
I know. I put it back because I did end up getting a book that says it's called Sounds Like Titanic because this is hilarious. I'm obsessed with Titanic. However,
we all know
Nick's biggest pet peeve in the world, because they come to his place of work all the time, are the violin scammers. You know, like the ones who like play violin.
Yes.
But it's like they have it connected to an amplifier, but it's like fake.
Yes.
So this book,
the
entire premise of this book is like the main character is one of those scammers and all she plays is the Titanic soundtrack. And I'm like, I have to get this.
Shut the hell up.
And then as we were in line to check out, I found Unmasked by Paul Holes.
And I'm Paul Holes.
So I got
retired cold case detective.
We got like $20 for $5 and that was one of them. So
all right, well, hurry up and read it so that I can borrow that. Thanks.
Absolutely. Actually, I'll probably just give it to you now because I did finally start House of Darkness, House of Light, and that's going to take me a hot minute.
Okay, cool. So the next time I see you, whenever that... Oh, no, I'm going to see you in next
weekend for the Mid-Michigan Paracon and What's Up, Weirdo?
I'm so excited.
I am so excited. Good on you for finally getting the hotel.
Sorry, I kind of totally. You know what's so dumb is I kept telling Aaron, hey, I got to get that hotel. Remind me to get that hotel. I got to get that hotel. So it's booked.
Good. Perfect. Should we get into it?
Yes. My allergies
Do you have a
are
question?
Yeah. Okay. 2 episodes ago, I asked you, I think, what was like a tradition you and your family do?
Yeah.
I think that was my question.
It was.
Okay. What's a tradition that you hate? Or that like, and I'm thinking mostly like Americans, like things that we do that are like considered traditionals, or I guess you know what I'm talking about.
I cannot stand, right? And I don't know if we can technically call this a tradition, but Halloween is our favorite. Absolute favorite. Okay. I went to the store to get odds and ends today because I'm having a few people over for the weekend for Halloween. Yeah. I couldn't find a single Halloween thing. You know what I could find? Christmas trees aplenty.
Christmas.
Not even, I didn't see one Thanksgiving decoration, but it's like, it's October 26th in our world, and it's all Christmas. And I hate that.
In our world.
Well, in listeners' world, it's already, mid-November, which Christmas makes sense then.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, I can get down on that. It's a little upsetting. However, though, when it's August and the Halloween decorations come out, we're pumped.
Oh, yeah. But at least, you get to enjoy Halloween or, whatever. It's not like your Halloween doesn't interrupt another fucking holiday, is what I'm trying to say. Let us have our time.
Oh, no, I guess you're right. Okay. Well, Black Friday, a time to splendidly and aimlessly shop for your loved ones until you drop your shopaholic head onto your pillow. Or a time to psychotically and frantically shop deals until you die or yourself loses it over not getting the last singing Elmo and kill for it. We're talking Black Friday.
No.
Where the hell did this
retail
wackadoo
PTSD
tradition come from? Right? And this is what... Okay. I randomly remember Black Friday like a blip in my childhood because in an ad at like a Kmart or something, there was a Razor scooter and I wanted it. So my dad's like, okay, well, we'll get up for Black Friday. And I remember just getting up at the crack of dawn and just getting there. And like, we kind of just got it. And then I don't really recall it Black Friday until you and I worked retail, or before you and I worked together. But like, do you know what I mean? Like, I guess I don't ever really.
Well, because I've only gone Black Friday shopping twice and it was to get one specific thing. But I feel like they always left the kids at home because your parents were probably out getting gifts for you.
I guess that's true. Possibly true. Yeah. All right. Well, I will just add, like, just be nice to people that are working on Black Friday because they don't want to fucking be there.
How about be nice to people in retail in general because they don't get paid enough to deal with your shit, Karen?
This is also true. Karen. Unless you're like a listener, Karen, we love you.
If your name is Karen, we love you. If your attitude is Karen, find a new podcast.
There you go. That actually, yes. Okay. Well, anyway, this stupid shit made me start thinking of like, where the hell did Black Friday come from? Like, why did this become a thing?
Right.
I guess I get it. The concept of it.
Am I supposed
like
to ask,
Friday, like,
why did Black Friday become a thing?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Shit. The one time I actually do it.
All right. So the apparent first time Black Friday was coined was during the crash of the U.S. gold market, which was September 24th, 1869. And it wasn't in Thanksgiving. It was in September, clearly. So not around Thanksgiving. Jesus Christ. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So this was caused by some shady investors that were able to weasel their way into President Grant's inner circle. This was so that they could corner the gold market and force up the price of metal on the New York Gold Exchange. I'm not going to lie, the rest I didn't really understand. So look it up.
It was a bad time economically. They had to get in the black.
Exactly. So that was like the first time that Black Friday was used. And there really are no like distinct reasons why we call it Black Friday in correlation to holiday shopping and like the day after or even the night of Thanksgiving. But here, I know, it's so upsetting. So here are some rumors, I guess, if you will. The most likely a myth, but it's really dark and twisted history comes from the 1800s. Plantation owners, being dicks and all, could buy enslaved workers at a discount the day after Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Yeah. So that part, I actually didn't see if it was true or false, if that actually was a thing. And I don't really have words for it other than we know that nobody should be owned and definitely not purchased at a discount. But it's really upsetting. That one is most likely a myth as far as why we call it Black Friday. And I pray that that's not an actual true thing.
Okay, I've always been told one thing. Do you want me to tell you now or hold on to it?
Sure, tell me.
Because like so many businesses struggle through the year, right? Fourth quarter is where they make all their money. That's where they get out of the red.
Well,
okay.
We'll get into that.
Stop.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to see if it was something different. No, that's good, but yeah. Okay. So another thought comes from Philadelphia. And this is most likely the actual origin story. So in the 50s, the police would use this term, Black Friday, to describe the insanity that would ensue when tourists would spill into the city to make the Saturday Army-Navy football game that was held every year. Friday being the travel day. So you figure, everyone's maybe in town already like for Thanksgiving, or more people are like having Thanksgiving and then they're coming into town Friday to see this game, which I didn't look up if it still goes on. I bet that would be a cool football game to watch, to be honest. But I doubt it's still going on.
I can't watch any football, so beyond me.
I don't like football, but I think that would be like, if you know what I mean? Whatever. If you liked it, I think it'd be cool. So anyway, the Philly police weren't allowed to take off that weekend, and they had to work like astronomically long shifts to deal with all the additional people and traffic. So I'm sure you can imagine Philly in the 50s already. So obviously with all the additional hype, there came way more crime, way more people. Crowds are already upsetting. And then you just think, I don't know, like I just feel like in the 50s, people didn't give a fuck.
Nah, they were a little more lax on, rules.
That's what I mean. Can you imagine? So kind of a way to like talk shit, the officers dubbed it a Black Friday, which, I don't know, it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to be with your family and you're literally just working all these crazy hours on a holiday weekend to control freaking mobs and crime and shit.
It's insane. The whole day is, I get so aggravated thinking about it. And I don't even work retail anymore.
I know. So by 61, the term Black Friday had caught on to retailers in Philly. They tried to change the term to Big Friday to alleviate negativity out of the day, but it didn't work, and that's just stupid. Big Friday.
Yeah.
I hate it.
You see, like, okay, to me, right, Black Friday seems way more fitting for Easter, because you have, what is it, like, Ash Wednesday, Maundy Thursday, and then you should have Black Friday, right?
Black Friday!
If I remember right, that's about when they were crucifying Christ, so...
All right, well, Big Friday is just stupid.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until the 80s that Black Friday kind of went nationwide, and retailers did take back the name Black Friday. Like they took the title back, but they needed to reinvent it a bit. So, like you were saying, if you're familiar with in the red or in the black relating to loss of profit, this is how they spun it. All year until the holidays, retailers were in the red. They're at a loss. Once that Friday after Thanksgiving hits, it kind of signifies the start of holiday shopping, and it puts retailers in the black or at a profit. So instead of Black Friday being about discount slaves, horribly worked police officers, we made it about money. Sounds right.
I mean, it's the most acceptable one so far.
It is, but why? Okay, here's my thing. Just pick a different fucking name altogether.
What would you call it?
You're all fucking lunatics day. I don't know, but why? Like, why? Do you know what I mean? Why?
We should just call it Retail Purge Day, and your retail worker should be able to give you back the same attitude you give them that day.
Exactly. Isn't Canada like Box Day or something? It's not on the same day.
Boxing Day is the day after Christmas.
Boxing. But what does that mean? What's
because
that day
you get a bunch of boxes at Christmas, so you put all your boxes out for trash collectors to come and get it the day after Christmas, Boxing Day.
I thought they had a shopping day too. Never mind. Maybe I'm just stupid.
You might be right. I could be wrong.
No, I think that sounds better. All right. So like we were just saying, this is all dumb, but you add all the crazy times and shit people do along the way, and it becomes my most hated day, if you haven't already figured out, and probably Zach's as well. So, I mean, we go through hundreds of ads to know what will be on sale. We map out all the stores that we have to hit. At what time will they open? What outrageous hours do they close? People make maps and checklists. You need to camp out on Thanksgiving to make sure that you are the first 10 in line to get the ticket to buy the 50-inch big screen TV. You literally push and yell to make sure that you get the fucking Barbie that's been on the shelf for months. It fucking makes no
stupid.
Sense. And you maybe save a little bit of coin.
You don't. You don't. Because
you don't.
They inflate the prices to then make the sale. And if you buy a TV on Black Friday, save yourself because you're getting cheap parts.
It is literally a model made. I used to work at Best Buy. It's literally a model that is a grade D made for a Black Friday sale. You're not even getting the actual unit that you're thinking you're getting. It's so...
Okay, real quick side note. I am wrong about Boxing Day. It is the day after Christmas, but it was not about getting rid of your boxes.
I like your idea.
It was a day where you were supposed to give your servants the day off and box up gifts and give it to them.
Wait, you box up the gifts that you don't want?
Well, it doesn't specifically say that. It says it originated as a holiday to give gifts to poor people. So it does kind of sound like like re-gifting the stuff you don't want. What do you mean, ew? You don't like giving gifts to poor people?
Can't you just buy them gifts and not give them the regurgitated shit you don't want?
I think that's just because I said boxing earlier. It does seem like you're just supposed to give them gifts. But let's be honest. You know the servants were getting the re-gifts.
Okay, this is another side note, but I kind of think this is genius. And it's not anything new, but it was just funny. So a girl at work was telling me that her mom keeps a notebook, like for a Christmas present notebook. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And she's like, well, she literally writes down every year who buys her what. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. Because I thought she meant like to thank them. And she's like, no, she just writes down who gives them what. So she makes sure she doesn't re-gift that gift to them the next year.
That's genius. Okay.
And I was like, that's so good.
Last side note, and then I'll let you get on. Julia is like an amazing gift giver. And I was asking her about that. She goes, well, I keep a note on my phone. She said throughout the entire year, anytime anybody says they want something, she puts in the note. So she's had my Christmas gift picked out for like months. And I'm like, I just started my note this week. Like, see, with you, I'm normally good. Well, we just never stop buying each other gifts. Okay, back to the story. Okay. All right. It's okay. This is okay. It's about what we're talking about. Okay. Would you like to know the psychological, I can never say the word, you know it, the psychological reasons we shop on Black Friday? What are the psychological reasons we shop on Black Friday? I thought you were going to say yes. So I wrote, awesome. Well, according to Scott Rick, associate professor at the Michigan Ross School of Business, here are 4 reasons. 1, everyone loves a deal. Fair enough. A lower price is satisfying. Even if it's something you don't need, the value of a deal is pleasing. People also see Black Friday deals as better than ever, even though sales happen all year long. Number 2, FOMO, fear of missing out, because deals are marketed as limited time offers. This makes the item seem more thrilling. Because deals are marketed, I just said that, resulting in purchases you otherwise wouldn't buy. It's fine. Number 3, shopping momentum. This is crazy because I actually get this. Okay. This is a phenomenon when a purchase provides a psychological impulse that encourages you to purchase a second unrelated item. Shopping leads to more shopping. Oh, yeah. Right? Because like when I don't really care to go shopping, but I'm like, oh, I'm like at Target. And then I'm like, oh, this is really cute. Well, I'm buying this. So like, this is also cute. Why? That's crazy. Because you don't go to Target to get what you need. You go to Target to let Target tell you what you need. That's very true. Number 4, it's an escape. People use this as an excuse to get out of being with the family longer than they have to, which is kind of hilarious and awful. I would choose family over that any day. I don't know. I might be like, you know what? Y'all are a little bit too much. I got to hit this sale in an hour. Gotta go. I'd rather hang out with family. Okay. So those are like your 4 most common reasons as to why people Black Friday shop. I still am not going to go like you just said. According to, I definitely wrote that wrong. I think it was UFC. Oh, sugar. UFCU. I knew I typed that wrong. Okay. According to UFCU,
allure.org, there are 5 pros and 5 cons to Black Friday. So here we go. Pros. 1, great deals. 2, you know what you're getting versus online shopping. 3,
okay.
It can be a friends and family affair. 4, it's entertaining. 5, provides jobs to retail employees. Cons.
Here we go. Where's the trampling?
Right? It detracts from Thanksgiving family time, which we kind of touched. Like, sometimes you're literally starting on Thanksgiving.
They all start on Thanksgiving now.
We've kind of actually toned down, but hold on.
Because that was driving me insane. Was it like 4 or 5 years ago, everything started like at 9 o'clock at night on Thanksgiving? Are you kidding me?
When I worked at Best Buy, I would have to be there at like 7 on Thanksgiving.
Stupid.
7 p.m. Number 2, some deals aren't really deals. We already talked about this. Like, they're not fucking deals.
Right.
They're sales all year round. 3, it can just lead to overspending. 4, obviously the lines and the crowds. And 5, a trend of violence. Thankfully, like we kind of just said, it's not as much as of craze, mostly because of online shopping, but there's still a death count. Did you know that there is a BlackFridayDeathCount.com that started tracking deaths and injuries starting in 2006, and it's going till 2021.
I actually did know about this because I have
Did you?
I think 2 family members. Yes.
Okay, so do you know what it's at? Do you want to guess for the deaths and then the injuries?
No. Hit me with the numbers.
Okay. I'm not going to lie. I thought that it was going to be more, but it's still insane for a family shopping day. Again, this is from 2006 to 2021. So deaths, 17, and injuries, 125.
Okay. Yes, that does seem low, right? But like, how many times do you go grocery shopping and expect to fucking die? Never. Right? The fact that you have that many deaths on one day.
I took a sip right when you said fucking die.
But like, yeah, in general, sure, that number seems low, but like, you should not die trying to buy a 50-inch TV.
Do you remember the fucking Elmo craze?
Mm-hmm.
People were literally
Wasn't it Tickle Me Elmo?
Yes. And I meant to look up what year that was, because maybe it was before 2006. But I just remember it being on the news, all the injuries and like the women literally fucking beating the shit out of each other. So I really just thought that Elmo alone would have brought the 17 deaths and 125 injuries. So I really thought that that was low. So I'm not going to go over every one. But I'm going to tell you about some,
Hit me.
All right. So in 2008 is kind of our first death in the count. And it comes from the one and only
Elmo?
Guess the store.
Oh, Target. Best Buy.
No.
Walmart. Is it Walmart?
Yay! It's Walmart. An employee in Long Island was trampled to death when 2,000 idiots busted through the store's doors and they were unable to be contained. What is your life that's what you need to be
doing? How do 2,000 people fit outside of a Walmart?
I will never rush into a Walmart.
Okay, I have, but it was the Walmart across the street from where I used to work, and I worked at like a glorified frat house, and I also knew when they would clean the family bathroom, so the only time I was rushing in there was to take care of business. And I was going to say, because
you had to take a shit.
100%.
I was going to guess that. Okay.
Because I was not pooping at that office.
What are your thoughts when you realize that because you were rushing in that Walmart to get that Tickle Me fucking Elmo and you literally trampled and killed a man? Like, I'm not.
Like, it's a Black Mirror episode.
It's so stupid.
It seems so dystopian.
Can you imagine that poor man? What the hell? That's the worst. That's one of the worst ways to die, to be
trampled.
Yeah. Thank you. To death.
Could you imagine being his kids?
That's what I'm
saying. You
saying.
don't get your Elmo and you lose your dad.
Yeah, and you died at Walmart.
Okay. I should not laugh.
No, we shouldn't. But Tickle Me Elmo Original. I need to know when this fucker came out.
Do you feel the most powerful and beautiful with the elements of the earth around you? Do you like one-of-a-kind jewelry? Do you sometimes feel like a woodland fairy? Me too. That's why I created Holly and Hemlock, a magical shop filled with handmade wooden jewelry and metaphysical tools. Come check out our enchanting wooden wares at www.hollyhemlock.com. and join us in honoring the magic and beauty of nature with each unique creation. That's www.hollyhemlock.com.
I can't wait for the FBI to look into our search histories one day, because it goes from like death and murder to when did Tickle Me Elmo come out?
Tickle Me Elmo was released July 1996 with a supply of 400,000 units.
Then it had to be a re-release or another one, because I do remember there was some specific year that it was like a crazy Elmo craze.
Black Friday. Oh, see, it said Black Friday death. Well, shopping bras 25 years ago, it says. Dang.
See, though, I feel like I had been older than 3 because I have vivid memories.
How Tickle Me Elmo broke pre-internet Christmas in 1996.
All right.
Wow. I really wasn't expecting that.
No.
I knew it was before 2006 when this count. See? Then this death is so much higher.
So much higher.
Okay.
Just double it for Elmo.
Just for Elmo. Okay. 2011, 2 people were shot in Tallahassee, Florida over a parking spot.
I remember that.
They survived, but they didn't get to go shopping.
Well, no shit. This is Florida.
Okay,
people get shot over parking spaces every day. Move on to the next one.
Also in 2011, at a Target in West Virginia, a shopper collapsed, most likely from a previous heart condition, but other shoppers just walked over him to not interrupt their shopping day, and then he later died. Like, where is the humanity? Like, they literally just stepped, multiple people just stepped over him. They didn't even trample him. They walked right over him.
Take the 2 seconds. Oh my God.
Yeah. I will say that his wife did say that there were 2 nurses that were shopping that actually did help him, and he still died. But still, hello. What the fuck? You are literally shopping for holiday gifts, right? Presumably. Aren't the holidays supposed to be for like humanity and loving and giving and caring?
And living.
But we're going to stampede through the fucking Walmart, shoot somebody in a parking lot, and then when this guy passes out, we're just going to walk over him.
Insanity.
I'm so upset. In 2012, a father was driving his wife and 4 daughters home from Black Friday shopping and crashed. The 4 girls were all sitting in the row of the vehicle that was only meant for 3 people. And this was because the back row was folded all the way down to accommodate all the shopping bags. Receiving only 3 hours of sleep in a 24-hour period caused the father to crash, resulting in 2 of the girls not wearing a seatbelt to die. No. Isn't that awful?
That is awful.
In 2013, 2 men arguing over a parking spot again turned into a knife fight, and his arm, like the one person's arm, was like slashed to the bone.
Was this Florida again?
I honestly don't remember what that one was.
We'll just say Florida.
Right? So, yeah, really, I could go on and on forever about this dumb day. And the causes of Black Friday deaths and injuries are like from most to least. Are you ready?
Yes.
Stampede, pepper spray, shooting. Well, because a lot of times police officers...
How is pepper spray above shooting in Black Friday deaths?
Because a lot of times it gets so bad crowded in riots that police officers on guard literally have to pepper spray the fucking crowd of insane wackadoodles breaking into places and climbing over shelves to get the Elmo.
My God.
This is all Elmo's fault. So stampede, pepper spray, shooting, car accidents, because apparently a shit ton of people, because they go from Thursday, all day holiday cooking, things like that, family shit, to then planning their Black Friday shopping to Black Friday shopping. They don't fucking sleep and then they crash. Just brawls in general. Stabbings. Robbery. And then merchandise is the last because one person actually died because a TV fell on his head. I was going to say
it was a TV, right? Yeah. I remember that one too. I don't know why. Somehow I've always I've been a sucker for the Black Friday stories.
Okay. So here's the thing. I told you, I was kind of bummed. I was so far through researching and doing this episode, I really thought that there was going to be more wild, murdery stories. I wanted
But, okay.
But it's still so stupid.
In defense of that, right? I feel like if it's a mundane day and you have a wild story, that sticks out. But the fact that you have this many people dying when you're just supposed to be shopping, the fact that it's
holiday shopping.
They die in such expected ways is so stupid, because that shouldn't, like, the fact that people are dying on this holiday anyway is like, you don't need the crazy experience because it is so fucking crazy to start with. Like, nobody needs
it just really doesn't
that
make
toy
sense.
or that TV or that electronic or anything that badly that you should lose a family member on Christmas instead of, oh my God.
And to me, it's like, I do understand that a lot of savings on certain items, I guess. But like, I'd rather just pay the extra.
I'm so much more of a Cyber Monday person.
Well, nowadays, but yeah. I'm just saying, in the day when you couldn't online shop, like it wasn't really a thing, and you could only do Black Friday, I still would rather just pay more. And the setup and the process, like working retail and the lines and like I swear to God, you had like agendas and like booklets of like your survival, and the amounts of Red Bull and then the lines outside would be so insane wrapped around the buildings that I would literally have to put those warmers in my pants, in my hands, because I'd have to stand out there for hours wrangling people into the line, giving them these stupid tickets for fucking TVs that they don't need.
So my mom and my aunt, it used to, on every Thanksgiving, they get all the cousins and like the husbands around, and we just pass, you got like the stacks and stacks and stacks of like the books from the stores instead of just pamphlets.
Yep.
And we would pass them around, and each person got a different color marker, and you'd circle the things you want, and then Mom and Aunt Debbie would go out the next day. Okay, I have 2 Black Friday stories. Can I share some stories?
Yes, go for it.
So the first one was the first ever Black Friday I worked. I was at the return desk and the customer service desk of Meijer.
Oh, wait, you guys had to do returns?
So we still had the return desk open, but it was any customer issue. So my line was 60 people deep all day. There was 3 of us at the desk, and
I would cry.
I probably did. Let's be for real. But I will never forget this moment, because there was one shining hero one Black Friday where my dad showed up. I knew they were like coming downstate to shop. Didn't even know they had been in the store. And he goes, because he had tried to get through the line and couldn't, and just starts shouting my name, goes, "What do you and everyone else at the desk want from Starbucks?" And I'm dealing with somebody who's just staring or like yelling at me.
Aww.
And I put my hand up to her. And I'm like, "Orders, guys." And I just like yelled all 3 of our orders. He just comes up with this tray of coffee later.
That's so cute. You're like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you. I need coffee.
The other one's a coffee related story as well. And you will either remember this one or you've buried it so deep. So the first Black Friday you and I worked together.
Oh, Lord, I probably buried this.
5 hours into the day, so it was about noon, 1 o'clock, our entire point of sale system crashed, and we couldn't ring out a single soul. And corporate
They
pushed the message to our every point of sale system that said, "We're so sorry for the inconvenience. In the meantime, enjoy your break and grab a coffee with a coworker and chill out until we're back in line." It's like, you think I can grab a coffee with my coworker? I am literally about to get attacked by somebody who can't get an iPhone right now.
Okay, I totally forgot that message was on Black Friday. I remember how stupid that message was, but I forgot that was on Black Friday, and I remember how mad we all were. It
almost helped disarm the customers, because while they're yelling at us, I'm like, yeah, well, here's what corporate told me to do. Have a coffee and talk to my coworker. They're like, you're kidding. I'm like, no, we're all drama bonded.
I feel like we had a lot of friends, though, that dropped us off shit. Like coffees. And I remember my one friend, Alex, one year, I think you were still working there, brought like my store bagels, and like it was just like really cute. I think Julia brought you coffee one year.
Julia, Missy, and Natalie all would bring me coffees. Yeah.
So at least we had a lot of like good friends that like
helped.
We're like,
survive.
We know you're miserable. So, oh my God, I forgot that stupid fucking message.
Even our GM at that time, who was a
CUNT.
Yeah. She even was like, "This is the most ridiculous thing ever."
Oh, because it was so condescending and just like
the first time she ever showed empathy in her life.
Right. I remember one year I got flowers delivered to the store on Black Friday, and it was like one of those things where it was like so chaotic. It was when I worked at Best Buy, so it was freaking chaotic, right? It's a zoo because there's so many departments and ropes and lines, and the front is walking me like, "Kara, you have a delivery," and my general manager, who is still one of my dearest friends to this day, was like, he's just a crotchety old man. And he's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? you think this is a good time? I'm like I was like, hey, deliver flowers to me today, you idiot. Like, it was so funny. He was so angry. I'm like, what do you want from me? So I'm like, you're just jealous.
Do we have more?
No, that's really all I have.
So what I was going to say then, now that we've told you of our terrible Black Friday stories, even though it might not be an oddity, write in your awful Black Friday experiences. However, we don't want to hear from you, Karen. We want to hear from the person on the other side of the register.
So it's so funny that you said that, because I wrote, this might not be our usual oddity, but I do think Black Friday shopping is fucking beyond odd. I just think it's stupid.
It makes no sense. I mean, capitalism, yeah, it makes sense, but chill out.
But like I said, when I started this, I thought it was going to be not that the history behind it, like with the Army Navy football game and stuff, like that's interesting. I just thought it was going to be way deeper than that. And then it just like wasn't.
No.
I'm like, this is so stupid. Oh, where's Elmo?
But it also like shows you just how stupid it is, because it's not that deep. Ugh.
Lord, we just make things trash. All right, well, yeah, send us your stories of Black Friday.
Tell Kara she's pretty. She forgot to say that in the last 2 episodes.
2, I haven't said it in a while. But you know what also? I want to hear like horrible like holiday stories, like family, like Thanksgiving stories. I want to hear that shit.
Let us know.
So please. Begging you. All right. Well, this is kind of a shorter one, but it is kind of holiday season. So, we figured give you some time back in your life. We're not that cool.
Speaks for herself. I'm super cool. All right. Well, we appreciate you. If you want, write in the stories, leave us reviews. Kara's going to lead it out with all the other requests.
Yeah. Like us on social media, give us thumbs up, subscribe to us, love us, do all the things. But have a really good, well, no, we're not even at Thanksgiving yet. Where are we?
We're 1 week before Thanksgiving.
We are 1 week. Okay. So I hope that all the preparation into Thanksgiving, if you're hosting, I know it's a really hard holiday to host. I refuse to do it anymore. I did it once. I hope everything goes well for you. But most importantly, creep it really, oddballs.
Goodbye.
Bye.